Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this webinar presented by SCORE. My name is Jose Melgar, and I will be hosting this webinar today. I am a volunteer at the Pasco Hernando chapter of SCORE. Webinar today is named Reinventing the Way You Compete in Business. The idea is to talk more about competition. So having a business is not just all the efforts to start up and then open the door first day and then wait for the clients to come and bring money. Things don't happen that way. We need to be prepared for day number two. Day number two is competition. Competition starts the very first moment that you are looking for a customer. So that is why I intend to talk about the importance to face competition in an effective way. Some brief comments about SCORE, who we are. SCORE has been around since 1965, so a long time. And in last year, according to this report, we had almost 11,000 volunteers in all the US. And with all these numbers that are actual, these are in the report that was presented to the government, we had more than almost 280,000 sessions mentoring, more than 225,000 people attended our workshops, webinars, and other events, and we helped 30,000 new businesses, and those businesses created 82,000 jobs, not included the owner. So this means this is the summary of the effort. Our services, what we offer, mostly seminars and mentorships, are free of charge. SCORE will never charge you a penny for these two services. About me, some comments. My name is Jose Melgar. I am, as I said, member of the chapter of Pasco Hernando in Florida. I have more than 40 years of experience in different companies. My last job as an employee was president at Dana Corporation. It's a Fortune 500 company. I have done acquisitions of companies around the globe. I have participated open international markets and have turned troubled companies into successful companies. I have written after retiring several articles, and for now, I am finishing my 8th year as a volunteer at SCORE. So what I intend to talk today is about these points. I will start with the big picture, the importance of seeing the competition in the proper way. Then how to develop our own competitive skills. I have designed the fierce competitor pyramid that I think are the steps needed to become a very effective competitor. I will mention the importance of the 3 Ps. You will see that it's easy to remember the basics of competition. I will share some best practices of what I have seen in the market and that are very known in the public also. And what are some of the next steps for you to start developing these abilities? So many people are asked every day, how is your business doing? Are you doing good? What is the meaning of that? I like to ask these questions to the person that I find, that I meet, and I say, is your business easy to find by your potential customers? Because today, in this highly competitive market, number one thing is that people that don't know my business can find me, because that is how I can get new customers. I will increase my business. I only will increase my sales with new customers. So number one importance is to have my business easy to find. So the customers I already have, are they looking for me, seeking for buying from me again? That means that they like the way I treated them the first time and they come back. So that is number two measure. If I don't need to be reducing prices because my competitor is reducing, then I am in the right track. Then I am competing properly. And if after all these three things, my business is making money and is bigger than last year, then I am fulfilling my goals. So this, when I start the business, these are my goals. And then I prepare my plan, I prepare my strategy to achieve this. I want to use this as a big picture. This is how we start the conversation, and this is what a good competitor tries to develop. Achieve these things. So I open my business and I start, I say, I cover all the steps. I have compliance with what the government asks. I have an accountant, I have a lawyer, I have a good facility and so on. And then when I am in this balancing act, and then I think I have achieved a way to start walking the tightrope, I find that somebody else is trying to walk the same road, is trying to look for the same customer, is trying to eat my lunch. That is the competitor. And they are there every day. It's not that I will complain. I cannot say, well, I am here to do business, not to compete. That is absurd. That is not the way to do business. Competitors are there. It's a part of business life. Things are like they are, not as we wish they would be. Competitors are there. And if we see successful businesses, if we say, oh, this guy started with almost nothing and now is very successful, that was not something that came from heaven. That is not a happenstance. I don't open today and hope for the best. Things don't work like that. I build my business with my strategy, with my plan. So before opening for business, the first day, I need to have a plan how I will make it stay alive. Because 90% of businesses that start every year don't survive after 12 months. In order to achieve that milestone of 1 year, I need to be able to compete. Hope is not a strategy. So I need to learn how to compete, how to be a professional competitor. And those skills can be developed. Many people say, oh, that guy was born that way. So good competitors, they are born that way. That is not true. Everybody was prepared in order to be now a good competitor, to be a winner competitor. Now, do we feel that we are prepared to eat somebody else's lunch? Because that is all the game. Everybody is trying to eat my lunch, and I should be prepared to eat their lunch. That is competition. I like this picture. That is a fierce competition, and this guy is very decided. He doesn't surrender. So many people think, oh, fierce means ruthless, means a bad person. No, I use this in a positive sense. I use this as a professional competitor. Somebody that doesn't give up, that every morning start thinking how I will beat, how I will run faster than my competitor today to gain that customer. I need to be determined and I need to have the skills, because determination is not enough. It's not to say, I am a cavalier, I will win every time. But how? This is what we need to discuss, how. So many people say fierce competitor is a bad word. I can give you some examples. Tiger Woods is a fierce competitor. For many years, he has ups and downs, but nobody will say that he cheats or that he damages the competitor. He is a professional competitor. He is prepared. He started being prepared since he was 3 years old. Another person that is a soft lady, Meryl Streep, she is a fierce competitor. Every time that Meryl Streep was presented as a candidate for Oscar, all the other contestants said, oh, she's going to win. And nobody can say that she is a bad person or that she was cheating, she was spreading rumors of the competitors. No, it's with her skills that she was always winning. So this is what I mean, fierce competitor. Be prepared to win. Now, for the step back, the big picture about competition. How do we see, how do we think about competition? I will discuss today 3 approaches, because competition is not the same for everybody. I will talk about short-term approach. That is what almost everybody uses. I estimate that is 80% of people is thinking what this guy did today, I will beat this person today. So thinking only in the short term. Those are tactics. Then there are some companies that use the long-term approach. They are not thinking in what to do tomorrow. It's what I will do for the next 12 months, what I will do for the next 3 years. Those are 15% of the companies in the world, in the market, everywhere. When I say companies, I am referring to 2-person business or 500-person business. Then there is the premium strategy, that is to create new markets. People that don't have competitors. But that is very advanced concept, and we will talk about that very briefly, because that will take more than the hour that we have available for today. Mostly I will talk about number 1 and more number 2. When we have our competition based in short term, is because the business is designed around the product. I say, I am a baker. I know how to make bread. Okay, so I design my business around what I know, what I offer. And then there are many people that know what I know. There are many bakers. There are many laundries. There are many beauty salons, because there are many people with similar skills. So that is why is 80% of the business using this approach. Is designed around the product or a service. I sell this product and I will focus on that. It's not bad, it's what almost everybody does. But that is why the sea is full of fish looking for the same food, competing for the same portion, small portion of food, because it's very crowded. That is what makes it difficult. That is why some businesses only survive and stay for many years, and you see them 10 years later are the same size. They have not grown. They are commodities. So if I start saying I will start a beauty salon, there are 10,000 beauty salons in this area, in the Tampa Bay area. Okay, what is different? But I am bringing different. I don't say that I will not start my business. Is that I need to think differently. Everything is how I think before starting the business. And what is the problem when I start a business without thinking ahead? Is that then I feel the pressure of prices because everybody starts reducing prices because there are too many fish in the bowl. And then how can I make a profit if I am under pressure constantly to face the price reduction of my competitors? Then I cannot think that I will have better profits next year. I cannot go to a bank and I will say, I will pay this loan because I will have a better profit next year. I don't have the basis to say that because I am under the pressure of the billions of fish in the sea. That is why I don't work in any business. I don't start any business based on short term, based on hope. I open this because I am a good worker. I am very dedicated worker. And I hope things will go well. Number two is the competition based on a strategy. This is different. People that start a business only after they have a solid strategy. They have 2, 3 partners, 4, 100 partners. Doesn't matter the size of the company you are starting, but we think before. We make a plan. We make a plan how to make money. That is the most important thing. To say, how will I make money with this product in this market? And to do that is to design my business around the customer. This is what is different of what I said before. Before was designed around what I know, what I can do. This approach is around the customer I want to sell. And that is what we see. These big companies that have been leaders for 30, 40 years, that we only see the logos and we recognize them immediately because those companies were based on a strategy. Walmart didn't start from a small store that was successful. Walmart started from a strategy. People that said, we will start a wholesale industry using these strategies, using these approaches, because we will be targeting these customers, and these customers are billions in the world. So then we will have a company that will sell billions. That is the difference, is when I start thinking on the customer and not in what I know or what I sell. So, and that is similar is to say for Target, for CVS. CVS is not somebody that says, I am a good pharmacist. I am a good doctor, I will start this business. No, this was designed by businessmen that decided we will go to the market of medicines. We will sell medicines and we will hire people to know how to be pharmacists, but we are business people. We prepare a strategy to make a billions dollars company. That is the difference. Think first, what is my customer, and then design my business around the customer. And then when I start that, is how constantly I will maximize the value. What do I offer to that customer that the others are not offering? What is Walmart offering that others were not offering? Is that is everywhere, that has everything, so something that the other guys don't have. If I am going to start a beauty salon, what will I offer that the other beauty salons in 15 miles around don't have? That is, start around the customer. And then pursue price improvement, not price increase. So if I sell 10 products and I make a lot of profit in 2 of them, but the other 8 are not very profitable, I will try to push my clients to buy from the 2 that I make more money, but not to increase the price in the other 8 because they will go away. That means that I have a price strategy. Price strategy needs to be thought very thoroughly, and we will say why very soon. And then I don't need to do price discounts. This is another thing that is important. If I am in the short-term tactics, I see that my competitor across the street reduces the price, then I have to reduce because people will not buy from me. But then I am losing money. So these companies that are based on a strategy, they are not affected when they reduce prices. When Target or Walmart reduce prices, it's not coming from their profits. It's coming from the suppliers' profits. They go and talk to the suppliers and say, do you want to have a double sale this month? Give me a discount, 20% discount, and I will give that to the customer. So the money is not coming out from Walmart's pocket. It's coming out from the supplier, but they have a strategy to do that. That is why it's different, why these companies grow to be bigger and bigger and bigger, and the others always stay the same size. And these companies pay money to learn things, good things the competition is doing. It's different. When I am with the small approach, the day-to-day approach, I don't want to hear that my competitor did something good. I get angry, and that is a mistake. A good competitor, a winning competitor, pays to know what good things is doing the competition, because that is what will attract my clients away. So then I need to do something to keep them with me. But if I close my eyes to what is happening in the market, I am killing myself. So that is why the long-term strategy is only used by 15% of the companies. And then these 15% of the companies own most of the economy in the world. It's because they think in the client and develop everything around the client. Good customer service. They don't get angry if the customer comes and returns the product. If I treat the customer well, they will come back. But if I find ways not to accept the return, that customer will not come back. And my business will be affected. And then, if I am going to wrap around my business on a customer, I need to think how they make decisions to buy. That is the most important secret for anyone in business. How my customers, my potential customers, make decisions to buy. And this is what I call the 3 Ps. I am not inventing this. This is known by more than a century that somebody was using this concept. It doesn't change. It's the same for small business and it's the same for Amazon. Customers make their decisions based on product or price or performance. I will give you some examples. Product. If you are going to buy a BMW, you don't think on price. You are going because of the product. You are not just buying a car. You have enough resources, enough money that you say, I can choose, and I will choose BMW or I will choose a Mercedes because of the name, because of the product. I am confident that I am having the product with all the qualities I am looking for. But if I say, okay, I will buy coffee, and there are 1,000 people selling coffee, then I will go for price. I will go to Walmart. Walmart makes their strategy based on price. to have the lowest price in everything. So you see that nothing special is sold in Walmart. They have everything, and what they have is sold by all the competitors. You can find those products everywhere. But you are confident that they are selling that 2 cents, 5 cents, $1 less than the other ones. So you go to Walmart based on price. Performance. You could say, okay, this company I do business with has a good price, like a good product like the other ones. Their prices are not the lowest, they are more expensive, but the performance is better. So there, for example, what is happening with Amazon? Amazon started selling remote, and they have been improving since they started, from delivering in 2 weeks, then to 10 days, then to a week, and now they deliver the next day. They are improving performance. And you say, oh, but I don't know these people, I don't see the product, but the product always arrives. You don't lose your money, the product always arrives. So Amazon is based on performance. And there are many other examples of businesses based on performance. But that is those 3 things the customer will use as a base to make a decision. So then when I say hey, I'm going in this market, let's say that I will start a beauty salon. I need to base my plan in performance. That the people that come to my salon are more satisfied in the way I treated their hair than anywhere else. So then they will not care about prices. And of course, the product is the same everywhere. I need to base that in performance. If I base my beauty salon in prices, so that things I will have not a good job, not a good satisfaction of the customer, because I will insist in keep lowering the prices. So those is the 3 P's, and then this is how I will build what I am going to talk in the coming charts. As I said before, I have developed this, what I call the fierce competitor pyramid. So this is how, when I work preparing plans for companies or in the businesses I have had, I start with the top, my objectives. What are my objectives when I start this business? Why am I in business for? Then, do I have the mindset required to be a competitor? We will talk all this in detail, but this is the sequence I follow. So I have clear objectives. Then I have the mindset. Do I have the mindset to do this? Because without that, nothing will work. Do I have the skills? Because in order to deliver, I need to have skills, and I need organization. Do I have the proper workers, the people that really will deliver what I need to deliver? Then when I say, yes, I have this, I prepare my strategy. And my strategy will be based in the 3 P's: a strategy for product, a strategy for price, a strategy for performance. When I have this pyramid full, written in a paper, in a big paper, I am prepared to compete. This is the center of having abilities to be a winning competitor, a fierce competitor. Now let's talk about the blocks. We will start with the objectives, then we will go to the mindset, the skills, what I refer when I say skills and organization, and then how to prepare the strategy. What are the objectives when I start a business? Business is to make money. Anything else that is said are fancy words. The reality is that everybody start business to make money. But then, what are my objectives today? I am investing. Yes, I want to make money, but I am investing my savings today. What do I expect? That my business will stay for the long term. Not only say, I open tomorrow and then I will hope. No. If I have savings and I put them in a bank, they will stay in that bank and will give me a small interest for a long term, but the money will be there. So if I start a business, I want the business to be there 1 year from now, 2 years from now, not say, oh, I had by luck. My business went bad because I didn't have luck. Well, that is not professional. I cannot work in that way. I need the money that I invested to be there, making more money, growing, and seeing that has a bigger value in the future, because I need to increase this. If I put $500,000 in a business today, I expect that in 3 years is worth 5 million. If not, I would have put that in a bank, and with the interest, have a little return, and that's all. The money is safe. I am risking money. I need the business to grow, and to grow is only if I can compete. If not, the business will stay the same size, and then I only have been working just to say that I have a business. Another objective is I need customer loyalty. Loyalty is not a fancy word. Loyalty means that the guy that is buying from me today buys again when needs the product again and again and again and again. And when they talk about my business, they talk good and recommend me to bring other clients. That means loyalty. And for that, I need to keep the customer satisfied. It's not because he's my friend or he's in my neighborhood and he's a person that I expect that he will always be with me. Will only be with me if I treat the customer well. So then I have my objectives. So what is the mindset? Do we think that Shaquille O'Neal is a fierce competitor? I think so. Nobody will doubt that. And I saw this interview some months ago, and I like what he said during the interview to the interviewer. Because the other guy was saying, you have talent. And that is why you are so famous, because you have talent. And he said, yes, of course. You have to have talent. But if you have certain mindset, nothing can stop you. So more important than talent is his mindset. He has the mindset to always go ahead of the competitor. And for that, at the left, we can see it includes preparedness. Always be prepared to compete. Prepare is not, I am the best one. It's prepare is with numbers, with figures, with comparisons, with analysis. That is to be prepared to compete in business. With innovation, what I will offer to my customer different the next time they come. People come to my beauty salon. So next time they come, they should see something different. Oh, now I offer coffee. Now I change the flavor of the coffee. I changed the color of the lamps. So what I have new that people notice that my business is not boring, that my business is not always the same. And constant renewal, not only the appearance. Renewal is, what do I offer now that didn't offer before? Oh, you know, this time on Saturday, we will have an event that will be presentation by an expert that I invited from Miami to talk to us. So that is something new. I am willing to put certain expenses in order to bring something different so people are attracted to come to my business because I am offering something for free but they don't expect. So that is the mindset, always to be prepared to surprise the client, because we are always thinking on the client, not in our business, on the client. Skills. Do I have the skills to be a competitor? I need to have skills. If not, I am in the wrong thing. I better become an employee of somebody else if I don't have the skills to be a competitor. To be a competitor today, I need to understand digital marketing. I am not going to do the marketing myself. I don't have time. I have to run the business, but I need to understand, because people will come to me saying they are experts, will say difficult words, fancy words, they will charge me some money, and in the end, I don't see results. So at least I need to understand what is the meaning of digital marketing, to understand what is the meaning of artificial intelligence. I don't need to have a class in artificial intelligence. It's to understand what are the meaning of those words, because people keep inventing words to complicate things. They live from that. But I need to have an idea, so then I am not lost in the sea. I need to have negotiation skills. If I am not a good negotiator, customers will go away because they will feel that I am only seeing things in my side. Good negotiator is the person who is able to see both sides in every deal they are doing. And do I make my decisions by impulse? Because I have a gut feeling I will do this, or I do oriented decisions. A professional business person always use oriented decisions, always based in numbers, always in numbers. Somebody comes to me and say, I want to be your representative. I will open this new market for you, and I want a 10% discount to do that. I need to make numbers, to make calculations, to see if that 10% discount will give me additional profit by doing that. And then come back to that person and say, I cannot give you 10, but I can give you 8. So I need to do that based on numbers, not just impulse, not just to say, oh, this is a good salesperson and this person will give me lots of clients. But is that 10% a lot of burden for my business? I need to make numbers, oriented decisions, discuss with other people, talk to other people, people that are in my side. It's not to everybody in the street, but I can call my lawyer, I can call my accountant, or I can call a SCORE and say, I need a mentor to discuss the things, and then you will discuss and have a better idea to make that decision. Another skill is the time-based competition. This is a concept that is known to everybody, but it's like when they say, what are business secrets? It's what everybody knows, but very few apply. So time-based competition is one important skill used by the companies that are thriving every day. Is this. I met more than 20 years ago this Merugaru-san, Japanese consultant. They are based always in time. Always the competition in Japan is based on this. And this guy said these words: no competitor of mine can buy more hours in a day. So their day is also 24 hours. Walmart has 24 hours and I have 24 hours. Elon Musk has 24 hours, I have 24 hours. 7 days in a week, the same for everybody. So my ability to get more of each minute is what will make the difference. If I find the way to ship more products in a day than my competitor, then I am doing better. Because the competitor has 24 hours, I have 24 hours. So every decision, every analysis I make should be thinking, how do I push more units in a day of work? Because it will be the same cost. That is the meaning. So my 24 hours have a cost. How do I use that cost the more efficient way? This is the center of any strategy. Now let's talk about the organization. Do I have the organization to be a fierce competitor? So we have 6 people working in this business. They have different duties, but it's important that they are capable to perform their duties and that they will push in the direction of my strategy. So they need to know my strategy. It's a mistake that if I develop a plan to keep it in my drawer and I only know, they don't need to know, that is a mistake, because then they cannot push in the same direction. I need them to know exactly what are my goals, how to treat the client as if I was the guy doing the job, and then push in the same direction with me. They need to understand that the customer is first. I cannot accept an employee of me saying bad words to a customer or making jokes of a customer when they are talking inside my company. I will never tolerate that. No jokes, no criticism, because the customer pays all the bills in my house. The customer paid the education of my children. So I cannot accept anybody saying a bad word to the customer or about the customer. And all these people in my organization needs to understand the control of cash flow, because cash is the blood of the business. The moment the cash flow stops, the business goes to bankruptcy. That is the tightrope, the flow of money. I cannot allow the bank account to become zero, because then I cannot pay the payroll next Friday. So everybody should know that they cannot give longer terms to the clients, because we need the money to come as soon as possible. And they cannot pay anticipated to a supplier. They should bring that decision to me, because we need to take care of cash flow. So these are guidelines. Of course, in every case, we can go in details, but these are guidelines, and this is what we can talk in 1 hour. So then, let's come back to the 3 Ps. Remember, product, price, or performance. We already saw the 3 blocks of the pyramid: the objectives, the mindset, skills, and organization. So now, what is the strategy? Should be based on those 3 things. What it means? If I talk about product, what is the uniqueness? What is my product different from the other ones? 100% availability. I cannot afford to say a customer, I don't have the product today, I ran out of it. I need to plan how my suppliers will keep my business always with material, but not with excess. It's with what I need. For those things are strategies, are plans. And I need to think on that. And reliability, so that the product that I deliver today is as good as I offer and not with any defect. I need to prepare a price strategy. In these days, we are suffering that everything is increasing in price. So the cost of the materials are constantly going up. And of course, we cannot just be thinking how to transfer that to the customer. I need to have a strategy for that. I need to think ahead what I will do in these hard times of inflation. Because during inflation, businesses are good, volumes are good, but the costs are also going up. I need to have a strategy for that. And my price should be transparent. I cannot give a coupon to somebody and say, I will give you 20% in my store. And when they come and say, oh, but what you want? No, that is not affected by the 20%. No, that is not in the list. So that is not transparency. That client will go away and will not come back. That is not transparency. They should be clear what they will get by their money. And of course, the price should be attractive. And always supported by real cost. If I give a discount just to gain a customer, I will lose money. I can only give discounts if I having a reduction in my cost. That is how I transfer that reduction to the client, and the client will be happy. The client will say, okay, this guy is sharing benefits with me. I will come back. And a strategy for performance. The quality always the same. 100% on time delivery. It's not 99% or 98%. In the busiest airport in the US, in Chicago, the O'Hare Airport, there are 4,000 landings every day. If they had 99%, that would mean 40 accidents per day. So they have to have 100%. So we know that is a fact of life, 100% reliability, but we get accustomed to that. Okay, our clients should be accustomed that I always deliver 100%. That is my promise. And I should prepare a strategy to ensure that. And of course, the after-sale response. What will I do? 3 weeks later, when the customer comes back saying that the product didn't perform as they said, there could be many reasons, but what will I do? Will I explain them that they are not using properly? Will I train them to do it well? Or will I exchange the product? So I need to have that strategy very clear, not making day-to-day decisions. That should be clear for everybody working with me, what they should be doing. So those are the strategies that will support how I will become a fierce competitor. This chart is easy, but will help to illustrate what I am saying. We can place, let's say, 4 competitors here, because I need to know what is happening in the market, what the other guys are offering to my clients, in order to I be confident that I can offer something good to the clients. I am not striving to be the best. That is wrong. That means nothing. I am striving to be ahead. That is, a fierce competitor is to be ahead. That when the client is looking for a product and they see 4 guys, they say, oh, this stand out. This one is noticeable. Okay, they will buy from that one. I want to be that guy. So then I place in this chart this comparison. Let's say number 1, number 2, 3, 4, and then us is my business. So it's a comparison, what they do. Then those are names. So competitor ABC and so on. What do I measure? This is an example. In every business should be different things, but it's just to illustrate. Product recognition, how people recognize the product of the first competitor, the second, and so on, and mine. The uniqueness. Are we selling the same thing? Are we selling screws, and bolts. So they are the same for everyone, or are products that are unique. So then we rank that. Reliability. So when people go to that business, they are happy what they buy, or sometimes that guy doesn't have what they are looking for. So we rate them from 1 to 5. And with all these different categories. Presence, I say before, I say below, physical presence. Do people know where the competitors are? Are they visible? If we go to a new city, we have never been there. We easy find where is Walmart, where is CVS, where is Publix, because they are visible. Okay. In these days, we need to be visible in internet, or if we are doing business in a street, we need to be visible. So how visible is my competitor and how visible is my business? Fast response and so. Okay, so this, I have it already filled, this example. So number 1 has 5 points in product recognition. The second was 3, and the others are really lousy, 1, and the clients perceive me as a 3. So then number 1 is beating me in product recognition. Then uniqueness. Number 1 has a 4, better than the other ones, and better than me that only have a 3. Reliability. I have a 4. I am beating all of them. And so this is the comparison. Then I will see where are my weaknesses, where I need to make changes. This will help me to evaluate my business. Even if it's a small business, even if only 2 persons are working, if we do this exercise with my partner and discuss in a rough manner, we will find out things that will help us to improve without spending money in a consultant. So this is a simple analysis, but this is the way to demonstrate that I am competing, not only seeing things happen around, not only opening the door every morning, hoping for the best. This is some advanced way to evaluate the competitors. This is what is called the SWOT analysis. This is very popular. They teach this in many webinars. SCORE has several webinars about this, but it will take 1 hour only to discuss this. I will mention this because it's very popular. SWOT means strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. When we are positioning ourselves with other competitors, this is important to know. What are my strengths? What do I have? I have a good location. I have the best location in the town. Okay, that is one strength. People will see me easily. What is my weakness? That I don't have a truck to deliver and the other competitors have a truck. What are the opportunities? That recently the supplier is moving across the street and I will have the products fresh every morning and my competitors will have to pay for transportation, but I will go across the street and I will bring my products. That is an opportunity. I need to take advantage of that opportunity and see how I lower prices to my clients because of that opportunity. And threats. What is threatening my business that was not before, but now I see, oh, the city is going to make a big repair in the street and this will be closed for 3 months while they do the repair. So customers will not be able to come to my business. That is a big threat. What will I do for that? So those are examples. So we need to do this every year or every 6 months in certain businesses just to see what is happening in the environment. How am I compared to my competitors? Because if I ignore my competitors, they will eat my lunch. So we started saying this at the beginning that there were 3 things, 3 ways to view the competition: the short term, the long term that we have discussed in detail. And there is another one that is 5% of the market, that is businesses that have found ways to create new market space. So they started without competition, but that requires a lot of creativity. I will just mention two examples. For example, the Cirque du Soleil. The circus business is dead. Nobody sees more circuses. In the last 20 years, I have not known of circuses coming to town with elephant and all that thing. Circus is dead. However, these guys in the 90s started a new approach, started a business in an industry that was dying, started a circus with no animals and with different approach to entertainment. And they made, in 10 years, more money than the circus industry made in 100 years. Was a new approach. But for this, we need to reinvent. Somebody took a dying industry and reinvented that. This is very advanced, and this is not enough 1 hour or 4 hours to discuss this. But I wanted to bring this to the table. So this guy started without competitors. Nobody else had that creativity to compete. So they could do with prices whatever they wanted. I like to bring this other example, is Uber. We complain about the taxi industry because when we are in a big city waiting for a taxi, they don't stop. We are under the rain. They go say they are out of work and they don't stop. And when somebody stops, then there is another guy coming running and takes the taxi before we do, and we start fighting for that. Sometimes we say, oh, I don't have cash to take a taxi. I will walk under this rain, whatever. So Uber, before starting a business, they evaluated for months all these things I am mentioning. What the customer of the taxi industry hate, what they don't like, all these things I am mentioning. Waiting for the taxi, not knowing how much is the cost, then facing that the driver doesn't know the direction. So all those things that you don't like in a taxi. So they design something that responds to that. You do a click and you don't have to be standing in the street waiting for a taxi. The taxi will come to you. You are inside the house and the taxi will stop in front. Nobody will take that from you because it's coming only for you. And you don't have to think that you don't have cash to pay for it. It's already paid. The driver already knows where it's taking you. So they analyze what the customer doesn't like in order to satisfy that. I am not promoting Uber. I am only mentioning that that is the way to think a way, to prepare a strategy for a business, is to think ahead what the customer doesn't like. And this is a comparison, what they call in advanced marketing, red ocean strategy, blue ocean strategy. Remember that in the day-to-day competition, there is an ocean, it's a fish there. And they say red ocean is because it's red with blood. Everybody is stabbing the other one, is killing the other one just for a small piece of the pie. The blue ocean is when everything is quiet because you have thought in advance, you have prepared a plan, you have prepared your strategies, and you are in better control of the market space. So in order to be a fierce competitor, we need to think ahead. So for closing, because we already consumed the hour, is that you don't have to do it alone. It's a lot of work. To be a fierce competitor, it's a lot of work. To be a professional competitor, it's a lot of work. It's demanding. But you have a score as a reliable resource. You call them, they will assign you a mentor, will not do the work for you, will accompany you, will discuss with you, will guide you, and you prepare your strategy, and you will be better business owner, better business manager, just by having sounding board, somebody to discuss. So you can ask for a mentor at this Pasco Hernando. So now I appreciate your patience. I know there is a lot to discuss in 1 hour. So if you have any questions, I will see if there is something in the Q&A. Do startups want to focus on a specific strategy initially and then adapt? Certainly, that is what I will go with. To think what I want to do with my business. The business model is what tells me how will I make money. And the moment I go to a bank and ask for a loan, the first question the banker will ask me, before seeing any papers, will say, what is your business model? How do you make money? And what I say in that minute is what will decide if that guy will give me the money or not. And if any one of you wants copies of these slides, you can send a request to my email, jimelgar@fiercecompetitor.com. That is my personal email. I have that domain, Fierce Competitor, because all my articles, everything I write is about this. So after this, I appreciate your time. I appreciate that you stayed for all this hour with me, and I invite you to participate in all the webinars that SCORE offers. Of course, you will choose the ones you find that are helpful for you and will give you opportunity to discuss things. With this, I hope that you have a very good rest of the day. And I hope to see you in the next webinar. Bye.